Hello all, welcome to Tech Recess. In this video, we will talk about a concept called CDN or Content Delivery Network. So let's understand this by an example. Suppose you have an website which is basically named as myawesomewebsite.com, and you are hosting it in the Mumbai location server, and now the popularity of your site is grown in such a way that people even from New York want to access it. But now issue you are facing that whenever somebody at New York location want to access your website hosted at Mumbai location, they are complaining about a lot of delay and a very slow response from site. So we have to understand it, why it is happening, and what are the main issue. The first issue is that distance between New York and Mumbai is very high. Maybe you can see that it is around 7793 miles. So because there will be a lot of ISPs in between, a lot of inter exchanges will be happening for traffic. So a lot of delay is happening to load the asset. Suppose you want to transfer the asset like HTML, JavaScript, CSS styles, and whatnot, videos and images, right? So all those response going back to the New York location to fulfill requests are taking so much of time. Let's take some example by which we can understand, okay, how much delay is causing because of this far proximity, because we have a far location of this server from the client location. So for example, a user want to access your site and they send request. So suppose, for example, it take around 250 milliseconds. So in this time, request is reaching to the Mumbai server to serve it. Now, before you start serving your customer, you have to establish a secure connection. So that will take multiple hops because there'll be a tailor's handshake. So it will take around, suppose, say 50 milliseconds for this to happen. Then you prepare your resources like and send response back in around 250 milliseconds back to the user. And then you also have to send like assets, right? Like JavaScript, HTML, CSS styles, videos, images, whatever you want to send. Suppose you have 5 assets, and every asset is going back to New York location in asynchronous way. So it will take around 1 to 5 milliseconds. So I mean, these are like very simplistic manner. So you can understand that for a simple request coming from the very far location, these are delay happening. So ultimately, you are able to serve your user in 2.5 seconds, and it is a very huge time in the era of when people don't have any patience and to wait for your site to load, and they expect to load is very fast, right? So solution for this is use CDNs. So if you see in the example, right, now we have a same website hosted at Mumbai at origin server, and but now we have a edge server. Edge server means the CDN network, which they in Phoenix location. So now if any user at New York location want to access a website from the Mumbai location, this origin server already transferred the asset in the Phoenix location. So now the proximity of Phoenix is very less as compared to Mumbai. So the delay is less. So you will be able to serve your customers very faster in way less latency, right? So let's understand the difference of time lapse now when they're using CDN network, and then like suppose yeah, same thing, right? Now request is not going to the Mumbai location because we already have a server at Phoenix location, so it is very nearby location for New York. And because it's a near location, so delay in reaching request is just 50 milliseconds. Similarly, when you want to establish a secure handshake of connection between the server and the user, it also take just 150 milliseconds because now even then there are multiple hops between the user and the edge server in Phoenix is killed because they are very near to each other geographically, so time has reduced. And similarly, if you want to transfer the same assets like JavaScript, HTML, images, and videos, right? So the time will be quite less as compared to the previous example where we haven't used the CDN network, right? So total time will be coming around 500 milliseconds, which is like around 5 times better as compared to the non-CDN network, right? So, uh, I mean, now we can understand that when we are using the CDN services, maybe like providers like Cloudflare or Kamai, we are basically caching our resources, which are mostly static in nature. For example, JavaScript, images, videos, so that the users can be served from those nearby location. Not don't have to come to the origin server, which might be very far location. So because of this property or this usefulness, CDN help reduce latency between the user and the your application or website. So that's why they are very popular nowadays, and everybody uses these to improve the performance of their websites or applications. So now I think we understood like what is CDN. So CDN is basically a kind of network or group of servers which are basically set up at the multiple locations in the geographical locations like multiple countries or locations where we expect our customers to come from. So you have to understand, okay, who are the customers and where they're located. Based on that, you can request the services from CDN, and you can cache your static files or data, whatever you want to serve your customers very quickly. And then basically, whenever user want to request, for example, here, right, if somebody is in the South America and want to utilize your website, right, they will not go to your Mumbai server, origin server, right? They will just connect to the server nearby, maybe in Argentina or maybe somewhere in Mexico, right? So it will be basically a very good experience for customers, and they will be very happy about it. But yeah, you have to make sure that traffic which you are serving from CDN is static. And if there is some data which is changing frequently or dynamic, you have to make sure that it is refreshed at the proper interval so that user don't get the stale data. Now we have to understand how CDN is helping us to reduce the load time of website. So one thing we understood that because these edge servers are very near to the customers and they also use the ISP, right? The service providers network where we are having the this interchange of traffic, right? So that they are very in a very close proximity of users, so distance is very less, and they can serve very quickly to the customers. Second thing is that the infrastructure which these providers like Cloudflare or Akamai utilizes, that they have very high class, like they have the efficient load balancing, and also the solid state hard drives which are very efficient and very fast in serving their customers. So that's why, because they have the cutting edge hardware and the very great good algorithm for load balancers, they are able to serve their customers very quickly. And third thing is that sometime must have, if you have worked in JavaScript or like some script language, we always minify the JavaScript so that, for example, if you have a huge JavaScript, maybe of suppose 30 KB or 40 KB, so you maybe minify it and make it just 5 KB, right? So they minify and compress the file so that when you are transferring that file or artifact, it will take a lesser storage or lesser bandwidth and move faster. So minification is also a great technique which CDN uses so that we get the traffic or request response back very fast. And then because like for every user, right, we have to use the TLS connection so that we are securing artifacts or data securely. And CN has some technique by that they can reuse the TLS connections. So they reduce the multiple connections happening between client and customer. So all these factors like proximity to the users, then minifying the artifacts, and then using the high class infrastructure like load balancers and solid state hard drives, along with the TLS termination or certificates, right, which connections that can be reused, right. So it basically help CDN to serve the customer faster and load sites very fast. Another advantage of CDN is that they are also very helpful when you want to protect your website, right, from the hacker. Or like you must have heard about this DDoS attack, when there will be basically the flurry of attacks happening on a website where the attacker will use some kind of malified traffic, and then they will choke your customer. Sorry, they will choke your network, right? So you are unable to serve the customers, and then basically you will basically go down, right. You have to bring down your application. So but when you are having this CDN setup, at that time you can serve your customers, and maybe because you have multiple locations, so suppose one location is down, so another location can serve the customers. So that I will make a detailed video for this DDoS protection, and then maybe I will explain more. But for now, you can understand that CDN is also very helpful when we want to make sure our site is secure. So at last, we can conclude that benefits of CDN is that basically we can improve the website load times, reduce the bandwidth cost, and we can also increase the content availability or redundancy at every location. Then also increase the website security. So these are the various benefits of CDN in a very concise manner. So I think I have explained the CDN at a very basic level. So maybe if you require, I can make a detailed video like how it works actually. But for now, that's it for the video. And thank you very much for watching. See you next time. Please leave comments or questions, and please subscribe if you like my video. Thanks a lot.